BMW N63 turbochargers. These two turbochargers, the one actually, not both of them, one turbocharger 2 years ago, 50,000 kilometers ago, I changed the compressor wheel. And because when I'm messing with a nut, let us say when you remove this nut here up, for me it's a must to send it for balancing. Now I have get away, let us say I'm changing the compressor wheel or the nut or something, let us say on the turbo, and I'm closing by again. In a stock application it will gonna run. I don't have any failure till now, at least. But the good thing is to go to make a balancing. Alright, now after 50,000 kilometers and after 1 or 2 years, okay, what do you see? You see that it didn't touch the compressor wheel on the wall. This turbo didn't touch at that time, and you see that it's like been sandblasted on the side there. Alright, at this point I'm talking about the wall. When I will gonna open the housing, you're gonna be able to see it clear. This is the one that I touched, and it didn't hit on the wall. I don't see any mark. You're gonna have a better clear view when I'm gonna open it. Now, what are we gonna do today? What I'm gonna do today, actually. Simple. The customer, he provided me with a kit and seals. I'm gonna open both of them. I hope to make more kilometers. This is to get all the leaks of the turbo. These two turbos, by the way, they have more than 300,000 kilometers. Fine. It's been opened by me at 250, if I remember right. The one, I open only the housing to clean the carbon, to see the seals that everything's fine, and then close by again. And this one I open completely. Or I open it only to remove, to change the compressor wheel because it had a problem at that time. Something like that. Maybe I didn't open complete full inside. We're gonna see about that. Stripping it off, get some measurements. I have some spare cartridges. One actually, I have it two, but one it's healthy, the other one it's not. I already know that. And start closing it. Now, I might put the phone on a stand to be able to see what I'm doing. I hope that I'm not gonna overheat the phone. That's the plan. Try to make it like a new. We're gonna see. It depends the measurements. Fine. I don't want to mix up the turbos, the inner parts of the turbos. I don't care for outside the housings, the actuators, the diverted valves. I don't care about that. I do care about the cartridge and what has inside. Let's work on it. Alright, bank one turbocharger. Now half open, not fully open. If I was not the one who opened before the turbo, I'm gonna say that nobody touched the turbocharger before. Alright? Plus, like I said, this is never been touched, this nut, because I didn't open it last time. And I explained what's the reason. I opened only that one because there was missing a piece from the compressor wheel. I have to go to check again the video from there. Now, since they survived both of them, and we found a kit, and the owner, he bring a kit, why don't put it, right? It's not a big deal. So, I don't see any problem. Nope, it's fine, it's good, it's healthy. Yep, a little bit became matte, but this is like being sandblasted, almost fell down. Then, the turbine housing, what do we see? We see that the wastegate here, the flap, it's touching perfect. You see the ring? That's touching all the way around. I don't see any crack. The shaft, it doesn't play like a crazy. I think that I changed this housing before. I don't remember 100%. And we see inside there is no crack, or it might have a small tiny crack here, but you don't care. This is the you always start cracking there. Does it have? 1 second. Yeah, slightly. At least it might be even from the casting. You don't care about that. You don't care about that because we are talking about stock turbocharger on the stock application without tuning. You're not gonna overspool, you're gonna be fine. Alright, flange looks excellent. This I can reuse again, obviously. I remember 50,000 kilometers ago I changed the front one and the rear one. And I didn't touch anything here, and the same thing I did on this. I changed the front, the rear, and the compressor wheel. Now, let's continue opening it further to see how it looks like inside. You can see that the customer is changing oil often. It does have a sludge inside, looks clean, and you can see that also from the oil return. It doesn't have, has slightly on the left, but overall it looks clean. It will gonna be washed again, obviously, the oil return. Let's open to see how it looks like inside. Alright, this is the one, like I said, that I have never opened it. Fine. And what you see carbon here. You see here where it steps, the ring. Full of carbon. This it will gonna smoke. Alright, it will gonna consume some oil. And here where is the ring, you see full of carbon. Don't forget that this turbocharger, it's never been opened, the turbine wheel with the shaft or the compressor wheel, for 300,000 kilometers. Alright, keep this in mind. Let's continue to move on. I was expecting that. The other turbo, again, I remember that I changed the compressor wheel. I don't remember if I opened it completely, if I took it completely apart and I cleaned the sludge. Here we're gonna have a sludge. On the oil feed and the oil return does have a sludge because the customer, he was changing the oil. But here, because of the temperatures, you don't have a chance. Now, imagine, let us say that this ring, it's like the piston ring. See the tension that has, that's small. We're gonna see that again when it comes the time to change it, to compare it, how it is before and after. But before you change anything, you have to wash all this mess here to remove all the sludge. Alright, I need to see, usually this shaft here, it's not suffering. When the bush goes bad, you see the material of the bush sticking here, and if you polish it, it's perfect. You have to get a measurement, alright, with precise tool at 25 degrees Celsius, alright. And here it's like how the piston, let us say, it's getting carbon build up on the piston rings, on the ringland, and it doesn't sit properly, the piston ring, and start consuming oil. And if you clean all this mess, it's sealing properly. That's exactly the same thing here. You're gonna see how it gonna looks like. Here it has a step, by the way, that you cannot see nothing. You see one smooth area here. Let me wipe it just a second to see if it's visible or something. Yeah, you can see the step. You can see the step now. But like I said, it's full of carbon. This need to go away. You have to be careful. It is a cast iron, but you don't have to be aggressive with a sandpaper or something. You have to take your time with degreaser, with a how to say now that, to break loose the carbon without hurting the surface. The ring need to have a smooth surface to run, to seal properly. You don't have to make it like sanding marks, let us say. All right, let's move on. Let's open it completely. Let's open completely, and then at the same from the left I'm gonna have this turbo, from the right I'm gonna have this turbo. Then we're gonna compare how it looks like, both of them. That if I haven't opened it, if I didn't open before the turbine wheel and I changed just only the compressor wheel, it's gonna be the same. If I open it and I clean it, it's gonna be better. Again, I don't remember, I have to watch the video. I don't have a time to go back and start watching videos. Let's open to see how it looks like inside. And opening also the cartridge. The cartridge usually is not suffering. If it suffers anywhere, it's gonna be here at this point, back over here. Alright. The bush inside, we see some wear. You see the lines. This is supposed to be shiny inside. That's the exhaust side. And this is the cold side, hot and cold, alright. This usually does have any problem, it's not suffering, it's much harder than this one. This will gonna be replaced, obviously. It's the new one, let us say, it's better than the old one, alright. The space in the middle, this is to secure it to don't spin, to prevent this bush from spinning. That's why it's like that. I have shown you all this in the past, I don't remember which video. And then we have the front seal, like the rear one, like this one, the rear one, that's the front one, that it's sealing the oil to don't pass in front. Here's the compressor wheel. Alright, so to don't escape the oil from here, they have this piece with one ring to don't escape from. This, it comes precise, it comes like that. Alright, so now all these things need to be washed, then bring it back again inside, measure it while it's gonna be nice and clean, remove the rings, fine. And then before I start closing this turbo, I have to open this one to make some measurements. And then I have another one down there, I don't remember, I have to open the book, and I don't even remember when I wrote it. Maybe it might be 6-7 years ago when I get the last measurement. So I have to, like I said, I have a cartridge that it's gone, I have a cartridge that's healthy, and I have also another 2 cartridges from these turbos as a reference. I see the carbon clearly, that definitely you see that it passed some oil out. It will gonna smoke. If you don't have catalytic converters, yes, you're gonna be able to see the smoke. Alright, cleaning everything, bring it back again inside, opening the other turbo, opening it, cleaning it, bring it back again inside, get some measurements, and then using the kit. By the way, if you see how much the thickness, this is for later better, when we're gonna wash everything, right? Not now, no, not now. If you compare this one with the new one, you see that it has much more surface here, much more support. This, the outer ring, it's not so small like this one, it's bigger on the new one. And in any case, let me prepare it. You're gonna see that again in a second. For you, most probably all clean. For me, yeah, I'm gonna take 20 minutes, something like that. And then this one. Wait, I didn't point on the seal, on the other seal. This is a seal for the shaft, like I said, alright, that goes here. There is another O-ring, there is another seal that you can see. Obviously you can see that it was leaking, all the surface oily, and then you see burnt oil around. Why is that? Because it has also this seal here. This one, this seal, the O-ring here, it's sealing the cover at this point here. So this became flat, and most probably it won't gonna come out in one piece. Fine, that's it. Let's put also this on the video just to know. So you have the O-ring here that it can leak, and this was leaking definitely. You have this ring here for the compressor wheel, and you have this ring for the turbine wheel. Let's stop talking and start working and prepare a couple of stuff, wash everything to see what we got. Yeah, you see, I remove it, it didn't came out in one piece because it's gone, this O-ring. This O-ring is gone. I just try to put the tweezers inside and take it out, and as soon as I did that, it cracked. No worries, the kit, there is a new one, and it's not O-ring anymore, it's not round anymore, it's flat. It's square. Rectangular, let's call it. Move on. Alright, now that's the other side turbocharger. If you go and watch the previous video, that's the housing that I installed before, and I don't see the compressor wheel to touch on the wall. It looks nice. I didn't wash it. This is how I open it, actually. Alright, good news, not bad. Now, turbine wheel, yeah, it's leaking. Yeah, definitely it's leaking. Alright, and definitely I didn't open it before. That means I changed only the compressor wheel, but I didn't open completely because, obviously, because only the compressor wheel had a problem, and we have the kit that time, and to be honest, I was not expecting these turbos to last, because at that time they had 250,000 kilometers. Now they have 300,000 kilometers. Okay, so let's open also this to see how it gonna looks like. Has a carbon? Yes, definitely has a carbon. Let's open to see how much carbon has here. back on the turbine wheel. I just removed the compressor wheel, alright? It's still hot. Yeah, okay, I can handle it. No, it's a little bit hot. Have to warm it up to expand a little bit to take it out. Alright, now let's open to see what has down there. How it looks like. Be careful the shaft tassels. Oh boy. Yep. Definitely was leaking. Big time. Yep. Alright. Let me pass it through the petrol. Let me open also the cartridge here to see how it looks like inside. Love is in the air. Take a look at carbon, huh? You like it? Yeah, on the oil feed it doesn't have a carbon. On the oil return it has a carbon but does have a sludge. But back over here has it's disaster. Yeah, again. 300,000 kilometers. It's supposed to don't be here, it's supposed to be in scrapyard right now, these turbos. It's a miracle that they're working at 300,000 kilometers. And I'm stopping there. Let me open the cartridge now to see inside. Alright, open also this turbo. Now, the only thing what I passed through the petrol, it was only the turbine wheel. Alright? Just to see how much carbon has. Okay. Like I said, this ring that you see here and the housing here, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you cannot even see the groove. You want to see how it's supposed to be when it's clean? 1 second. Alright, this is the one bank that I haven't cleaned it. I just now open it. Alright, this is the one that I already cleaned. Let's compare it. This is the ring. I don't care, it's not clean obviously. I don't care. And you see the gap. We can compare this later. Alright? That's the turbine wheel with the shaft. Fine. I need to get some measurements on that. I'm gonna show you later, not now. It's not the time now. Fine. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I'm gonna put a new one, obviously. The nut, like I said to the customer, because it's missing some materials from here from the nut, I'm gonna reuse the same one. I'm not gonna put the new one because the new nut, simply, they're not missing materials from the new nut. It's intact. You're gonna tell me, yes, it's a drop in the ocean. Yeah, it might be a drop in the ocean, but we have more chances. Alright, the cartridge now. It's been stripped off. The only thing, one thing I didn't open yet. Some people they're gonna understand which one I didn't open. Just pointing at it right now. Alright. Now, you see this groove here? It's important to be nice and clean and to be like that and to be able to see the groove here inside. Alright, it's not being sandblasted. The only thing what it touches this piece, it's only soft wire wool. Alright, nothing more, nothing less. The inlet looks nice and clean. Outlet looks nice and clean. Surface looks good. Inside here I don't see burnt oil anywhere. The housing here also, this looks nice and clean. Alright, I'm not the one who made this dent, it was already there. Alright, I don't have a way to make a dent there, by the way. Then, yes, back here. Watch this. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna go to see the other one. And watch this. Yay! You get the picture now? You see the difference? It's supposed to have a groove there. You cannot even see. Fine. Also this passed through the petrol. Take a look how much carbon has. Compare the clean one. Why I bring it from this side, right? Okay. This side looks like when it's clean. Alright. This side looks like when it's dirty, when it's burning oil. This is burnt oil, the carbon here. From the other side, it looks like that. Once again, wire wool only. It touched this one, not sandpaper, not nothing. Even this one, I didn't touch it with anything. You don't see any mark or something. Obviously, this one wire wool, one very light, not something crazy. Yep, this, let's get it out of here. Fine. Let's place it here because Like I said, this is not clean, that's clean. I will not gonna close it. I want to prepare also the other one. I have to prepare also the other turbo. Have to make a measurements and have another cartridge here. I bring it here, and I have also the shafts here, the turbine wheels. This is supposed to be gone. The compressor wheel is gone. I think that I mentioned that before. Okay. The rings are gone, obviously. They're not good, they're not healthy. You see that it's closed also, like the others. This is a little bit more open. It might be in better shape, but I don't care because I have a new rings, like I said, here inside. It's not the time now to open it. Now it's the time to wash the other turbocharger, to bring it at this state as this one. How it is, let's say, this turbo. That's what I have to do also on this turbo. Then get some measurements and then start closing and putting it together. It will not gonna happen today. Obviously, today it's Saturday. This will gonna happen on Monday. You're gonna see both turbos clean and then the measurements. For now, that's the status for now. By the way, from the carbon you couldn't see these machining lines. This line here, they remove it. They remove the weight for balancing. That's why it's like that. And the ring, it comes down here on the second step, not on the first one. The first need to be nice and clean as it is right now. Also this. Fine. So that's it for now. That's it for now. Have a nice weekend. Again, on Monday, both of them will gonna be ready, will gonna be cleaned. Need to check the dimensions. Test fit. Check the dimensions. This obviously, this thrust washer, you see, has 2 oil input. It might be because it's covering, let us say, more variables. Let us say on this cartridge it comes the oil pressure from here, alright, and this, it has to pointing this way to meet this one, this hole. Now maybe there is another variable that this oil, let us say, oil feed, it's gonna be, let us say, from this side. That means it won't gonna be like that straight here, it's gonna be from this side, like the Mercedes. Alright? So this covering both variables. It's covering this cartridge and it's covering another cartridge. That's why it's like that. Plus, like I said, the inner diameter here, this looks like it's bigger. It's gonna have more support, I guess. This, yeah, you see this stepping there. This will gonna cover all of it. Yes, it has much more support. We have to check not with this one, we have to check with that one that's inside there, the difference. I saw also another thing on the other washer, on this washer from one side it's stepping this spacer, and it's important to have this spacer, otherwise you're gonna seize the turbo. From the other side that it steps, it's running here, there are some lines, not something crazy. This stainless steel, this is very hard, this is very soft, but what can you do? It's very simple and it's very easy. Instead of having this surface stepping, let us say, on this surface, you just flip it as it is right now, that you have the clean spot from this side, and you put like that. He'll gonna be fine. You have a clean surface, let us say, new surface that never step anywhere, on a new surface that never step anywhere. And you have much more chances, you don't have a failure. Alright? From this side, like I said, all this will gonna be replaced. It's there inside, the new one, and on the kit has more to cover different variables. Obviously, that's a good one. The old ring I don't care. I don't care. Sorry about this one. All right, the orange I don't care because it has the new kit inside. Beautiful. That's the story. That is the story. Right. Okay, no oil. You see inside that there is no burned oil or something. It cleaned very well, and that's the point. To be nice and clean, to don't have a carbon inside, to be nice and shiny. Measurements of the height, measurements of the thickness, that it's okay, that's aligned properly, in place, fine. That the diameter, the new one. The housing here to don't have a step has one small tiny step. If you see this housing, there is one small tiny step where it's running this ring here. So I might open also this turbocharger, this cartridge, to see how it is this housing. And I think I have another one, because this it might be better than this one. So we're gonna see out of all these turbos the healthiest parts, the new parts, and close two turbos healthy properly to don't have any headache. The oil you turn nice, surface good, no sludge inside whatsoever. It looks nice and shiny, beautiful. The gasket, obviously I'm gonna change it. That's the new gaskets for the oil return. This is being provided, all the parts being they give it to me, the customer he bring it to me. Alright, the housing, now that's nice and clean, you can see if there is any crack. There is no crack, by the way. You can see that's beautiful. You can see that the flap for the wastegate is excellent, doesn't have any problem. Nice. The actually here, yeah, has some movement, but it's not something crazy. When you're closing the flap, it has a good contact. It has a little bit, but it's okay. It's acceptable. You're not gonna have any problem for the stock application. It's not, let us say, like it's not over boosting. All right, it can maintain easily the boost that's required the ECU, the stock. This one doesn't matter because it has a gasket down here. You see the finishing how it looks like. You can remove the pin and you can lap it, but you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. It's a stock application. It's not for upgrade. It's not for performance. It doesn't have any problem. Even if you get a new turbocharger, you're gonna see that this flange will gonna be like that. It's not been wrapped, but it doesn't have the best finishing, if you like. Compressor wheel, looking good, looking good. Okay, this is minor, nothing. I'm not sanding it. I'm not trying to sand it or something. Whatever it came out with the detergent came out. Whatever didn't came, we're gonna stay like that. All right. Like I said, that's it for today. See you again on Monday. I'm going to wash these things, bring it again inside of the engine room, and continue on Monday. Oh boy, carbon everywhere. Yeah, you have a good contact. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Definitely was smoking this turbo. Definitely. Okay, it's just oil. It does have a sludge inside. This I washed it 50,000 kilometers ago. Alright. But again, like I said to the owner, like I said to the customer, I was not expecting to last. Right now, these turbos are at 300,000 kilometers. And I think that I mentioned that earlier. The only thing what I did, I changed the compressor wheel on this turbo. I changed not the turbine housing because it looks like too much carbon. The other one didn't have. Maybe you're gonna tell me because it was leaking. Yeah, it might be. It was leaking low oil. Yeah, I changed also the compressor wheel, the compressor housing, the front piece, because the previous one was missing some pieces and there was some scoring, if I remember right. But the cartridge never opened. So the wear that you see here for a 300,000 kilometers, it's perfect. It's good. And if I fix all these things, I put it on and it's not smoking, it's gonna last another 300,000 kilometers. This is how it looks like. This has to do with how you treat the car, how you are using the car, and how the maintenance that you're doing, how often you change the oil. By the way, it's running on 10W60, this engine. So, yeah, it matters. If you're pedal to the metal every day, you're not gonna reach at 300,000 kilometers. And even the customer, he tried to get two used turbos in better condition than his own turbos, but in truth, when he bring it to me here to and check the turbos, it was wobbling, the shaft, it was all over the place, and it was leaking. You can see live oil, let us say, coming from the turbine wheel out, back. There was a sludge inside on the cartridge when he bring it to me. So I told him that, you know what, instead of putting this, that this is supposed to be worse than yours, much better, let us say, to get some kit, let us say, and dress it. You have more chances to be okay. Right? That's it. Now, that's the end. Thank you.